just show yourself some love, like an act of kindness. Show yourself an act of compassion and kindness. Hey guys, it's Amy. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm so happy you are here. First of all, I tried something different with my hair today. I mean, it's not really working out. Whatever. I think it's cute enough. Let's see. If it looks horrible, then we'll never do it again. But I hope you guys are good. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of ways in which I get myself back after feeling like crap, terrible. I'm someone that has struggled with anxiety, panic, low mood, and even though I've kind of overcome a lot of the feelings, I still tend to deal with life, and sometimes it can send me over. So what I've learned is not to rush myself back to, oh my god, I'm happy, everything's great. I like to feel what I'm feeling, but then nurse my mind back to what it's supposed to be rather than just cover up. And so yeah, these are just a few ways that I like to do it, if you guys can relate. While you're here, as usual, if you enjoy seeing content from me, please support my channel by subscribing and just encourage people to watch this video by giving it a like. One of the first things I have to be intentional about is not feeling guilty for feeling the way I was feeling. So whether it's a day or 2 days and I just feel like I can't get it together, I'm dragging my feet in life, once I'm feeling slightly better, the most important thing that I find is to be like, okay, this is where we are now, let's take stock. Don't be upset that you haven't had the most productive days prior. Don't be upset if you feel like, you know, you let your emotions just do more than what you wanted to let them do. Don't guilt trip yourself, because that's just going to send you back. It's not really progressive. It's not great. Number 2 kind of ties into that is be compassionate towards yourself. So what I've learned, and one thing when I was in counseling that really helped me, was to be compassionate and kind towards myself. How would you treat someone that you see is hurting, a stranger or your family member or someone you love? How would you treat them if you knew they weren't happy? You would offer them love, you would offer them support, you would offer them care, maybe take them some nice food, maybe offer to take them to the cinema, some retail therapy without breaking the bank, you know, just you would be kind to them. You would show them an act of love. If you're going to do that to someone else, then hello, the most important person you need to do that for is you as well. We tend to kind of, again, just want to sweep it under the rug or tell ourselves off. Meanwhile, just show yourself some love, like an act of kindness. Show yourself an act of compassion and kindness. Another thing I like to do is choose a specific hobby or pastime or activity that you enjoy doing, and try and, if you can't do it there and then practically because of like work and commitments and stuff, try and schedule in some time where you get to do that. I love baking or cooking, for example. So if I've been feeling really down and I've just maybe been eating rubbish, I'll take myself to the supermarket or grocery store. Don't have to spend a lot of money, just get a few things and cook myself a nice meal, and it suddenly makes me feel like I'm in control of life once again. So for you, that could be whatever. That could be going out with friends, cooking, getting dressed and dolled up and just taking pictures. It could be anything, but schedule in time to do something that you enjoy, that you really enjoy, not because of anybody else, not because of outside circumstances, just something that you actually enjoy doing. And actually, it's really good to have that thing be a productive thing, because it, like I said, it makes you feel like you're doing good. So I personally love to spend some time with God. So spend some time inwards, if that makes sense, reflection, but in a good way. So for me, that would be listening to worship music, reading my Bible, it could be meditating, it could be journaling, just somewhere where you get to reflect in a productive way and kind of look over the last hour, day, few days that you were feeling a bit low. And what that does, practically speaking, is it helps me, or it will help you for the next time, be a bit more prepared, or you kind of know what you're working with, if that makes sense. So you're not kind of going around unknown territory. You know how to maneuver a bit better, and then hopefully the episodes for the feelings will last for shorter spaces at a time. Lastly, the only thing that I can think of that comes to mind is I love listening to other people's experiences and learning from others. When I've been feeling really down, it's so easy to kind of look inside yourself and forget that there's so much outside of yourself. There's a whole world, and really and truly you're important and you're amazing, but you need to get outside of yourself to kind of remind yourself that life does go on and things continue. So one thing I love doing is listening to podcasts. I love podcasts lately, especially when I'm driving. You guys know I live in my car like most of the time, so just feeding myself with things that I want to hear. So music, I started to find I was just listening to rubbish, and depending on the mood of the song, your mood can kind of change. If they, you've had a bad day and you're coming out of a breakup and you're listening to the radio and Ciara, I Bet, comes on, it's like, I bet you start loving me soon as you see me. Yeah, so you want to be intentional about what you're taking in, and I love listening to podcasts that kind of take me out and realize that I'm not the only one experiencing this. Some people's podcasts that I love listening to talk about real life issues, but it has some humor in it as well, and it just kind of centers me back to reality so I can step outside of myself. The last thing that I would say to do is try and give back. So similar to the last point, when a person has these kind of feelings of low mood and all of that, one way to just forget about what's going on inside is to give back to somebody else. I am going to be totally honest with you, I don't do this now, but I've wanted to for such a long time, and actually it's going to be one of my goals that I must complete before the end of the year. I'm going to start volunteering. So before, when I used to suffer from really, really, really bad feelings of loneliness and rejection and abandonment, what's the point of sitting inside your house? Okay, fine, you don't have no friends. Fine, that's my reality. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to pretend and be like, oh, I have 10,000 friends. Okay, I have 2 friends who are busy and they can't make it today. What can I do? I can volunteer in a women's shelter and talk to loads of women and females and, who are seemingly way worse positioned than I might be right now. And how can I help them? And trust me, doing that actually helps so much without realizing. Just being generous and giving is always such a good feeling. You're helping someone while you're making progress yourself. That's it, guys, for today. Like I said, this was a nice quick video. Those are the ways that I like to kind of get myself together after I've been feeling low. It's coming up to the end of the year. For me especially, I don't know about you guys, but holiday season tends to trigger me a little bit, so I have to be way more intentional about protecting my mood, my mind, my space, and my heart. This is the time where everyone kind of takes stock and like, oh, this is what I did this year and this is what I did this year, and I'm kind of at a place where, like, yes, I've moved forward, yes, I've made progress, but nowhere near where I wanted to. So I can sort of feel the low mood trying to creep in. So if you're anything like me, trust me, just try and be intentional about kind of diverting it or avoiding it, and then if it does happen, bringing it back as well as you can. I hope you have a pleasant rest of the day wherever you are. As usual, stay positive, spread loads of love and light, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. As always, you are amazing. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Air kisses because I've got red lipstick. Bye, guys.